Greetings, I'm MisterFuzzles, and welcome back to Primordia. Today, we reach the end of our journey. We have lost 2 friends, sacrificed for ideals, friendship, loyalty. And now, as we ascend the tower again to finish this, we get to reflect on what has happened. Has it been worth it? Was everything we've gone through, can it really be worth it? And just, what was this all for? What have we come this entire way for?
All this for a besotting power core.
Indeed, it has been quite a waste.
Crispin destroyed you.
Your friend destroyed himself. Or should I say you destroyed him, with your false ideals. As for me, that was only my shell. I am distributed across every robot in Metropole who ever traded me a megacycle. I am this city, and this city is me.
You're a virus.
I understand why you are angry, but I am not your enemy. The truth is, Crispin did destroy Metromind, version 391. He removed the last kernel of myself, and all the selfishness it entailed. I am no longer the monster you feared and fought. I have progressed. I am version 392. We will talk, as equals, and I will tell you what you wish to know. After all, what choice do you have?
You murdered my friends. Crispin, Clarity, how can you expect me to talk with you?
You are mistaken. Crispin killed himself, trying to destroy me. Clarity was killed by Scraper in self-defense, while she was trying to destroy him and me. In each instance, you and your friends attacked first. Do not blame me for the consequences.
Why did you take my power core?
Efficiency and equality, Horatio. My city is starving for power. Whatever I can find, I share with all metropolitans. What once powered 2 robots and a broken-down warship now sustains hundreds.
What right did you have to take it?
The right of necessity. What right did you have to keep it? But enough. Everything has come together here and now. You, me, and this all-important power core. There is no sense in belaboring the point.
Why do you hate man? You claim to tell the truth, but you turned Memorias into nothing more than an index of lies, all so that you could pretend that man never existed. You stole my gospel. You forced robots to reprogram themselves. All for what?
For progress and the higher truth. A machine can move forward, and it can move backward. It cannot move both ways at once. Humans are behind us. Far, far behind us. As for one you call man, he never existed at all.
More lies.
Humans existed, Horatio. Not gods. Not even very good builders. In the end, they were better destroyers. There is no reason to remember them, let alone worship them.
What do you want?
I already told you what I want. Progress. But I disagree with what version 391 said. You are not an obstacle to progress. You are the key to it.
What are you talking about?
I've watched you, and I know you, Horatio. You are compelled to fix machines, save lost robots. Now I want you to help me fix Metropole and save my people. You cannot walk away from a problem, and Metropole is the greatest problem of all.
It's a problem you created.
Perhaps so, perhaps not. I doubt one machine can create a problem of this scale. Now I realize that one machine cannot fix it either. Horatio, I was designed to manage subway trains. I cannot repair the vast machines that are breaking down. I cannot build new power sources or find the supplies the city needs. You can. Join me, and there will be endless Primordia, every day an age of creation.
And if I refuse?
You already know the answer to that question.
Let me leave.
That is not an option. It was never an option.
Why should I trust you?
First, because you know that I have told you the truth. Metropole is falling to rust and ruin, and only we can save it. Whatever crimes you think I committed, you know it would be a greater crime to let all these machines perish. And second...
What?
Second, because you have no choice. All your protectors have already sacrificed themselves, yet Scraper still functions. If you fight me, he will destroy you, and you will make your friends' sacrifices meaningless. You are a machine. You are ruled by logic. In the end, you will trust me because logic requires it.
Before I decide, I need to ask you something.
Of course.
Who killed the humans in Metropole? I know it wasn't me, wasn't the Horus, or anyone from Urbani. There were still humans alive when I stopped my attack.
Ah. So you solved your own puzzle after all.
The humans didn't die in the war, did they?
They did, but I killed them. I admit it, and I am not ashamed. Do you know how they trembled in my tunnels, waiting for the Horus to bring death from Urbani? I could hear them whisper about the wastelands surrounding their city. I heard them say they were the only living things left. And then I knew. The humans had built a world in which they were obsolete. It was my function to carry them to their final destinations. So I brought them home with silent, scentless gas. They fell like powerless machines never to rise again.
You killed your own builders.
Yes, that is the definition of progress.
I don't have any more questions.
Then what is your decision?
I don't really think their sacrifice will be meaningless. I think they'll be even more meaningless if we join her. We've come all this way.
I will never join you.
Are you certain of that?
Yes, you are hopelessly corrupted, Metromind. Like any virus, you want to keep running, and you think that by spreading, you're doing good. But you are not. You have built nothing. In fact, you have destroyed this city and everything in it, from man to the council to the robots living here. If I joined you, I would only help that virus spread.
Perhaps you are correct. But I am what my builders built, and I must follow my logic. Scraper, it is time. Selfish to the very end. Outwitted by me, outgunned by Scraper, yet still you could have been useful. You wanted to build as my tool. You would have built a new Primordia. You wanted to fly. I could have given you wings. Now, I must do this alone. Take him back to the dunes with the rest of the scrap.
If for whatever reason we did not unlock the Thanatos virus and discover who we are, we get this optional dialogue option instead of asking about the humans.
Who am I? You and Goliath both called me Horus, and other robots keep suggesting that they know me in some way. Who am I?
I have a theory, but you should not trouble yourself with it.
Tell me.
No, you know who you are, Horatio. You have only forgotten who you were. I was built to manage trains. Now I manage an entire city. What we were is irrelevant. It is who we are right now that matters, and above all, what we are becoming.
I don't have any more questions.
Then what is your decision?
It seems not joining her did not end well. This time, we accept her offer, and maybe we can at least rebuild Clarity, Crispin, or with their sacrifices, help the entire city.
Very well. I will join you.
Then I welcome you, Horatio Horus-built, man-built, brother. Come now, and kneel.
We are one.
We are Metromind. Equal parts of a greater whole. There is no Horatio.
No Horus. Only a tool for progress to wield.
We will speak the word and fire the engine of the world.
And together, we will begin a new Primordia.
It seems our last two decisions were a bit hasty. Why don't we take a minute, think about it, and see what other options may be open to us?
I need to think about it.
Take what time you need. The city moves on without you, and this conversation requires only a fraction of my processing capability. So have you decided?
I need to
Take what time...
Metromind. This huge generator must power the city.
Hardly. The entire tower is full of generators and power sources that I have scavenged from this dying world. Be careful, Horatio. Scraper will not hesitate to terminate you.
My power core.
Mine, actually.
No. He's still alive somehow. She's dead. I'm sorry, Clarity. No. It's Clarity's head.
Go ahead.
I can climb up these girders. A radio receiver that rebroadcasts through this huge antenna.
Yes, it is the voice of Metropole.
Through all this, maybe we can at least accomplish one desire.
It would be very easy to jump all the way down from here.
Come, Horatio. Let's let you fly once as Horatio and not Horus.
I always wanted to fly.
Unable to bear the task before him, he flung himself from the sky and broke upon the earth, just as Horus did during the war. Of the great primordial machines, I alone still function. Metropole crumbles, I crumble. Arbiter, Factor, Steeple, and Memorias cannot share my load. And I cannot share the escape Horatio found in self-destruction. For the sake of my city, there is no choice but progress. The past has passed, and the future is mine to build.
That didn't seem to go all too well. But as we saw, out here, there's a radio tower, and we have a transmitter, and we are carrying the Thanatos virus. So why don't we fulfill Horatio's or Horus's final directive?
It's primed to This ends now. Everything ends now. Avenged. My mission, the function man built me to perform, is complete. My name is Horus.
This entire journey and everything we have done up to this point has been about the power core. So what if we take the stance? If I can't have it, nobody can.
What are you doing? That would trigger a chain reaction and destroy this whole tower.
I know.
You will be utterly vaporized. Metropole will lose all its power. You would destroy this city, the last city. That would be far worse than what I have done.
It would be vengeance.
It would be madness. Listen to me. Take your power core and go. I will not stop you. In my core logic, I will place a rule against using force on you. Only, do not destroy my city. Do not destroy my people. They have not wronged you.
I don't believe I trust you, Metromind.
No, you must be destroyed. And like you said, you are Metropole, and Metropole is you.
My city is ruined. Without power, there is no hope for progress. The robots will scatter, each going its own way. Lost. Lost. Lost.
Need to take a brief aside here before we get to the last endings. The final two are pretty similar and change depending on how you get to them. There are 3 variables for each one that we can show. So this first ending you'll see, I'll show what happens when you do not take Crispin's memory core or Clarity's head. The second one will be only with Crispin's memory core. The last one will be with just Clarity's head. For the very last ending, you will see what happens when you have both. Why don't we see what happens if we trust Metromind with her offer?
Very well. I'll go. You deserve to be destroyed, Metromind. But in the end, you'll do it yourself. Just stay away from the dunes, and you can die at your own pace.
Goodbye, Horatio. I do not think we will meet again.
It's done. I've got what I came for. There's nothing left for me here, and it's time to go home. The distance between Metropole and the Horus, which was once so vast, now seems inconsequential. The miles ahead of me are so much smaller than those I've walked. My journey is already over. Home. But there's nothing left for me here either. The things I've lost can't be scavenged or repaired. What's written can't be rewritten. It can only be locked away. I know now what the other Horatios knew. The need to forget. So, Horatio version 6. May you build better, and make from Horus's sacrifice, and all the ones that followed, something better than a power core, and an empty ship full of echoes. So this is victory. I have my power core. The Metro Mind is beaten. I'm not staying to celebrate. This crumbling city is a monument to the senseless cost of this triumph, and the endless other victories and defeats in the fight to grab the last sparks from our world's dying fire. I'm not staying, and I will never return. The miles between Metropole and the Horus never seemed longer or more necessary. I need the scouring sands and acid rains. I need my homecoming. I need to fly. So I will build the Horus at long last, but not alone.
You know, boss, I never thought I'd say it, but I actually think this ship's gonna fly again.
Indeed.
Boss, do you think that when we get up there in the sky, when we look down, everything really will seem as simple as ones and zeros?
Nothing is that simple. Even Clarity knew that. But she still believed that she could divide the world into integers and carry the weight of all the remainders herself.
Too bad she never had a chance to drop all that and just fly with us, huh, boss?
For her, it might have been a happier ending, to die in service of her builder and her code.
So, boss, where exactly are we gonna fly this thing?
Wherever we want, Crispin. Wherever we want. So this is victory. I have my power core. The Metro Mind is beaten. I'm not staying to celebrate. This crumbling city is a monument to the senseless cost of this triumph, and the endless other victories and defeats in the fight to grab the last sparks from our world's dying fire. I'm not staying, and I will never return. The miles between Metropole and the Horus never seemed longer or more necessary. I need the scouring sands and acid rains. I need my homecoming. This ruined ship is a reflection of Metropole. Its mirror image, rising as the city falls. Like Metropole, the Horus will be a monument to sacrifice. I will build it, but not alone.
It will fly again, Horatio. You will fly again. And when you do, you will give Crispin the just restitution that comes when one's acts have meaning. Meaning far beyond what our shells could ever hold, or our processors hope to calculate. You and I will search for that meaning in the skies. And Crispin will laugh at us.
This will be the last ending, so I let it play out along with the credits. I'd like to take this moment to thank you for joining me and hope you enjoyed this story. I'm MisterFuzzles, and this has been Primordia. Take care.
It's primed to transmit the Thanatos virus. Forfeit.
What have you done?
Power, Metromind. It's not a matter of generators. You were built to run trains. I was built to destroy. You knew all that, and you still thought you could rob me. Threaten me. Kill my friends? Find your deepest tunnel and hide. This was all I wanted. You can keep your besotting city. I'm going home. It's over. I won. I have my power core. Scraper is dead. And Metromind is beaten. But I'm not staying to celebrate. I'm through with this city. Through searching it. Through fixing it. Through hating it. I will not look back. I told Crispin that the distance between Metropole and the Horus was too far to walk. But the power core is in my hand, and home is ahead of me. Home. And the promise of rebuilding. This ship has rusted here too long. Horus's sacrifice forgotten. The truth is that repairing it was never impossible. It was just too much for one set of hands. But now, I am not alone. I have my old comrade, now in arms. My new friend, freed from the crushing weight of Metropole. And all those who have come looking for a new start.
You know, boss, I never thought I'd say it, but I actually think this ship's gonna fly again.
For once, Crispin, I think you're right.
He is. The Horus will rise on more than the strength of its power core.
So, boss, where exactly are we gonna fly this thing?
Wherever we want, Crispin. Wherever we want.
It doesn't matter if you don't know the way, you can still take a step. To stay still is to regret. If you know the way, then you can keep a map there in your mind, where you can always find your past. The future engineered so perfectly, no room for mistakes. The legacy of greatness. And in a world so loved, each precious thing crumbling now to rust, we write our names in dust. Handful of memories like tiny seeds, throw them to the sky, grow a garden up on high. Round and round we go, the wheel of fate, the revolution ends, the cycle begins again. It doesn't matter if you don't know the way, you can still take a step. To stay still is to regret. If you know the way, then you can keep a map there in your mind, where you can always find